I'm eating a lemon cuke, which is my favorite cucumber from my garden. The reason they call them lemon cukes is because of the color on them. Some places call them dragon egg cucumbers. They're very crunchy like an apple, but they have that awesome cucumber flavor. Very, very flavorful. Um, I love these plain with salt and pepper and vinegar on salads with some Catalina dressing. Catalina dressing is my favorite dressing. We even use it as we'll add like some cayenne pepper or some hot red pepper flakes to it and rub it on chicken that we're gonna bake in the oven as well. So it's a very, just like ranch dressing, it's a very multi-purpose type of dressing. But it's like what? I think it's like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I don't know. 9:09. And it's already hot outside. And so I'm spinning. Let me show y'all my messy desk. So y'all can see all the yarn I've already spun over there. You can see the bobbins over there. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 bobbins where I've already spun. And then this will be 11. The bag is down here. But I've already made my nest of all the blue Romney and Falkland fiber that I had that me and my husband dyed. So I'm spinning all that up. And then after I finish spinning that up, then I'll move on to the peachy orange fiber. There's only like I think 4 braids of that. And then all those fibers all that'll be done. And then I'll just have stuff that I have that I've dyed that's already in bags. More colorful fiber. And then I got to pull out the fiber that's still braided up that needs to be dyed. Good morning, good morning. How you doing? It's like I told y'all I got cataracts, and even with these reading glasses on, it's hard to read. Oh, you were watering and harvesting? Yeah, I gotta go out and get my cherry tomatoes after I finish this video. I might have a couple of beefsteaks that's ready to bring in. I don't let them fully ripen on the vine, the beefsteaks, because I don't want to risk birds or insects getting to them. So when they start turning, this cucumber is too good. So when they start churning, once they get a nice blush all around, I'll bring them inside and let them finish churning inside the house. That we don't have to worry about sharing them with the insects. This year, it's strange, but this year the June bugs weren't that bad. Maybe because the weather been so crazy. And I got to get my fall garlic in. So this cucumber is my breakfast. If I don't feel like cooking nothing right now, my husband gonna be grilling later on. So I like to have room for that food. And I always eat some of the cherry tomatoes when I'm out there picking them. But next year I'm hoping to have soft fruit available in the form of raspberries and blackberries. And maybe they'll cross and I'll get some thornberries or loganberries, I think that's what they call it. When the blackberries and raspberries cross, you get loganberries. So that was good. Let's see. I got my big cup of water. Y'all stay hydrated today. Finished drinking my first big cup of water for the day. I have a cup that's this is the I think this is the 30 it's a 36-ounce cup, I think. And I have a larger cup at work. It's the 44-ounce cup. And so when I'm at work I try to drink 2 cups of water out of that. And when I'm home I'm constantly sipping on water. Trying to stay hydrated. But it's easy for you to get dehydrated and not even realize it. So what project are you working on right now? Crochet wise or knitting wise? cotton shirt. Let me see if I can get the screen bigger so I can see. I wish it would let you change the, the, the text font on the StreamYard. That way I can put it to like a bolder font so it'll be easier for me to read. Crocheting a cotton shirt. Okay, that's gonna have to do for now. What you gonna cook anything today? We're just gonna do chicken and hot dogs. That's all we're doing today. We don't have to do no big meals no more. So it's just gonna be the things we like to eat: chicken and hot dogs. I might take in my water's gone. Take one of the zucchini squash and slice it lengthwise and put on the grill. You got to roast in the crock pot. I have to take my medicine. It's gonna be outside, so I guess I'll go ahead and take an allergy pill and get it in my system. Hey girl, hey. What you up to, Kim? You got that spinning wheel ready? Get ready for Tour de Fleece. Thank you. You can air fly me some breakfast too. That cholesterol pill is so freaking big. It's like you feel it going down the whole way almost. Let me see. I would like some hard fried eggs with salt and pepper on buttered toast with some avocado and tomato, please. Oh, okay. Okay. I can understand that. Prior obligations. You did. I took a couple of green tomatoes to one of my coworkers, and it, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But a lot of my tomatoes are already churning. The big ones, like I'll take like if I have like a big cluster with four, like four or five tomatoes, I'll take some of the smaller of the cluster out. That those big tomatoes get bigger and everything. And then those are my big beef steaks that are like 2 pounds, almost 2 pounds and stuff. They're huge. I got big hands, and I took a picture of one on Facebook how big it was in my hand. And but those tomatoes, those are the ones that are gonna be my big mamas. And so I'll prune out some of the smaller ones and give them to people for for green tomatoes. But so right now, because the plant is pretty much concentrating on those big tomatoes, I don't have a lot of smaller tomatoes on the plant. There's only like a couple um on the plants right now. And of the two beefsteak that I grew, one of them was like the heart beefsteak or something. It's kind of shaped like a heart. The tomatoes. Yes, it was fun. But I don't mind giving people stuff. But don't be give me like the side eye. Like, how come these tomatoes? You give me bigger tomatoes than this? It's like it's free. If you want bigger ones, then grow your own. They've made a but not for my will. They made a what's that thing called? For some of their newer versions of these wheels, the Spinalution wheels, auto winder, auto, like the auto winder for the wheel, but not for my model. So I gotta save up so I can get a newer model. I have some volunteers that are starting to get tomatoes on them. One of them is that chocolate, like the zebra, you know, that zebra stripe tomato, and then they had the chocolate cherries. I have a hybrid of those that comes at volunteer every year. They're volunteering of the zebra chocolate. They're like the zebra chocolate, so they're bigger than the original cherries, but they're still very tasty, very flavorful. This this one has a lot of light blue areas in it. This gonna be like very tonal, I guess. And I've been making bucket hats, like finding like those just single skeins that you have laying around of worsted weight yarn. Like I had some knit picks where I got a couple of different colors of the Brava just to try the Brava out. And so I've been making bucket hats from those yarns. And yeah. And it's a I gotta breathe in the ends on this one. I just did finish this one today. Um and then that was some leftover what was it called? Aubergine from Joann's that I put on the border because I ran out. But it's a good way to use up partial skeins of yarn. Do a 2 color or 3 color bucket hat, and just get rid of a lot of those odd and end skeins of yarns where you only got one skein because you want to try yarn out, or you want to try a colorway out and see how it did, you know, how it looked. Like all my wool and other than the hand spun and alpaca, I took it. It's downstairs in my the china cabinet my daughter gave me. So I put all the wool and most of my sock yarn and stuff is downstairs now. Um, in that china cabinet that she gave me, and I probably need a second china cabinet just to put all the hand spun in. You've been making bucket hats too. I have some. What do they call them? The army boonie hats. Is that what they call them? Those army hats. And I have some camo, but it's not enough to do a full hat. And I have like some of that lime left from. And so I'm thinking about doing a bucket hat, but I wanted to look like those boonie, kind of like those boonie hats, more like those boonie hats. So it's just so bright outside. It's like I have to put on my shades to go out there, or I won't be able to see nothing. Um, I'm trying to get both my hands in. I guess so people can actually see how I draft. Yeah. mean, it's just an awesome way to use up those single skeins of yarn. Just boom, just make a hat. Or and then make a bucket hat, or if you got two skeins, make a ruffle hat. That way you just you get a hat and you use up both the skeins. You don't hardly have any left over. This is all that I had left over from that red yarn. That was all that was left. Well, it's more of an orangey red. It's a real pretty color. And that was the Brava from Knit Picks. I have a, let me see. Hard to read the Paprika. That's the colorway. I don't know if y'all can see that. I can't even get it in the camera. I don't know if y'all can feel the focus. I don't know. But it's called Paprika. And so it's real pretty. And the knit crocheting with it crocheted up. It wasn't splitty. Crocheted up very nicely. So stitch definition is good. And so it's real nice. This is that eggplant from Big Twist from Joann's. Well, they call it aubergine. Aubergine, they didn't call it eggplant, but that's that purple. It's a real pretty dark purple. And so once I finish spinning this, this bobbin, let me see, that'll be 11 bobbins. So then I'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more bobbins. Well, not 9, because I have to save 1 to fly onto. So I have 8 more bobbins that I can spin onto. So that'll be 8 more 4 to 5 ounce of yarn. So that'll be 19 bobbins total with to spin on that been spun on. So that 19 times my bobbins, I pack more than 4 ounces on them. So both of these bobbins have about 5.5 ounces of yarn on them. So just do 5. So that 19 times 5 ounces is, where's my calculator? I don't feel like doing no math today. So I don't have a pen by me or a calculator by me so I can write this down. Let's see. So that's 95 ounces and divide it by 16. So that's almost 6 pounds. That's like 5 point something pounds of fiber. So that'll be for the year so far. That'll give me almost 11 pounds of fiber that I've spun. So my goal every year is to do 20 pounds of fiber. But I rarely, the closest I've gotten was like, I think 15, because things happen, especially when you're a grandma. You might have a plan to spend all weekend, but you spend that whole weekend with your grandchildren playing with them. Yeah, so that's 5.9, round up 95.94, 5 pounds 94, just 5.9, 5.9 pounds of fiber. So and 5.9, look at that about 2. So that's 11.8 pounds that I've spun, that I once I fill up these other bobbins that I would have spun this year so far. So yeah. And I wanna order 6 more bobbins so that I have, I won't have to stop and ply. And probably around, I would say around October-ish, I'll probably start plying everything up and clearing off my bobbins to get ready for the days off for Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays and New Year's. We have those days off where I can spin. So I want some bobbins free. But I got my drop spinners. I could just do it. I used to do in the fall, used to be drop spinner time. I would just spin on my drop spinners until all my drop spinners were full of fiber. All of them. And I have a lot of them. So that's not as feasible because then I got to turn around and ply all that yarn off those drop spindles. So I don't do that anymore. It's just simpler to just go ahead and spin on my spinning wheel. And just I test out fibers and stuff on my drop spindle. I'll test out dye jobs on my drop spindles to see if I like the way it's spinning up, if I like the way the colors are. And like I have a bunch of processed fiber here. That in bag I haven't even tried it yet. And so sometimes I'll just go open up a bag, take a little bit out, and spin it up on my drop spindles just to see how it spins. And like if I don't like the prep work on the fiber, if there's still like a lot of if it's got a lot of character, veg matter, uh knots, nips in it, then that kind of fiber ends up in my mulch pile. Um, I don't. I'm not going to sit there and waste my time on it. It could feed my plants and feed my family's stomach. There's other ways to get my money back from it by it feeding us, helping to feed us as it breaks down. And I think that's one of the main things that I've learned is you don't have to force yourself to do something that you don't want to do, that you don't have time for, and that you don't, you just don't have to force yourself to do it. When I first started spinning and doing my own fiber prep and stuff, that was a learning experience. If you were learning how to handle that fiber from the moment it was sheared off that animal until it was in a form that you could spin, and then in a form that you could knit or crochet. And so that's a very good learning experience. Those are good skills to have, good tools to have, because now I don't have a fiber mill that's near me. So if I buy a small batch of fiber from a breed I haven't spun before and I prep it myself, I have the tools to do that. I can do it myself. I know how to do it myself. But then once you're like when you realize that I really just like spinning, I would prefer to be spinning and spending all these hours preparing this fiber and stuff. If I had to do it, I do it. But if I don't have to do it, then why do it? So that's what I did. I took all my raw fleeces and I sent them to the EcoView fiber mill. I had them all processed and they did an amazing job. An amazing job. The fiber is so clean and soft still. It still has all its character. If you take a little bit of it and wet it, then it crimps right on back up. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fiber prep. You could tell that they took real good, took good pride in making sure that you receive the clean of the best product that they can send back to you. It wasn't like I've used fiber from another fiber mill that's very popular at Maryland Sheep and Wool and places like that, and the fiber that came back was literally brittle and crunchy because they use chemicals to strip all the dirt and stuff and veg matter out of that fiber. Harsh chemicals, and the chemicals can affect the fiber, the scales on the fiber, especially wool. It will lift it's like getting a perm. Basically, it's lifting the scales up, it's damaging the scales, and so the scales don't lay nice and flat no more. So it makes that wool more prickly and brittle. And if you spent $100 or more on a very nice fleece that was coated, and when it gets back to you, it does not feel like that super soft high micron count fleece that you sent them. It feels horrible to the touch. Don't even feel like a merino fleece should feel when it comes back from a fiber mill. Then you, especially if you're a hand spinner, you'll be very, very, very disappointed in that product, and you would never use that mill again. And I've never used that mill again. I'd rather send it to a small mill, a mom and pops type, or a mill where people take pride in their work, or send it, even if it's going to take longer to get it back, send it to one of the other mills that have a very, that I've never seen anybody complain about the product they got back from, or heard anybody complain about it on YouTube, at fiber festivals. Just anyone that spins that I deal with, I've never heard anyone complain about some of these other places, like Green Mountain Spinnery. I've never heard anyone complain about their products. So yeah, so that's a lesson to be learned. That just because it's popular and they're a big fiber mill and they show up at these fiber festivals doesn't mean that the product that you're going to get back from them is worth it. So this what I'm spinning now is Romney fiber, and this was from RH Lindsay Fiber Company. It's not the softest Romney. I've gotten Romney from Homestead Wool and Gift Farm that was atypical of the breed. It was very, very soft, long and wavy locks, very atypical of the breed. And but this, it softens up. The thing about Romney is Romney tends to soften up with use and age. And so after I finish applying this and I wash it, I'll actually put a little bit of conditioner in the water, and that'll help as well. But this is good for like the top of your hats, socks, hard wearing socks, um, mittens, gloves, things that don't need to be next to skin, soft things, but things that you want to be nice and warm. You can also blend it with something else. Um, this could be like sweaters, outerwear. Like if you're gonna wear a t-shirt up under it, or um, long johns up under it, you can maybe use it to make a nice sweater, and or pullover. Most people call it pullover, or stuff like that. Stuff that's not gonna be necessarily be next to skin. But like I said, this tends to soften with age, so and use. My absolute favorite yarn, fiber, is Rambouillet. Rambouillet it's like the best of both worlds. The softness of merino, but you get the length of like, let's say, a Cordell or something like that. It's my absolute. It's just my absolute favorite fiber to spin. This this was the last of this. This was the last of some Rambouillet that I had. I have been saving it. And that was the absolute last of it. So I'm gonna tie this up, and I'm gonna make me knit something for me with that. I don't know what I'm gonna knit yet, but because I don't know what my yardage is, but it's gonna be for me. I don't know, I just love the character of Rambouillet. It's like I say, it's my absolute favorite fiber to spin. I want to go to well, the next big one is coming up for us is the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. So I want to go to that one. And it's usually in October, I believe. But it all depends on what our finances are, because we have a car payment now. So I have to save up for stuff like that. Plus I gotta get my truck fixed. I gotta put a new alternator on my truck, and new alternator, new battery, right front tire, and I gotta get my brakes done. So that's about, I can do the alternator myself, put the battery in myself, but I'm not doing my own brakes. So yeah, and then it has to pass inspection. The tire, so you're looking at about $500-$600 worth of work that needs to be done to it. And so we save up for stuff like that, and so we can pay for it. We don't put stuff on credit cards no more. So we save up the cash for that and pay for it, right then and there. Here's the money for it, do the work. We don't use credit cards anymore. Um, Other than we have one that we use just to keep our credit rating, so active. Um, yeah. But other than that, we don't go getting debt like that no more. So I missed Maryland Sheeping Wool this year, and with my vision the way it is right now, I might. I don't know when they're gonna do my surgery. I just know I'm gonna be seen in late August for the cataracts. So I don't know when they're gonna actually do the cataract surgery. Um, I will hope in early September, so I will have be able to go ahead and get it out of the way. And then if everything is good, then I will hope that I'll be able to go to Maryland Sheep and Wool, not Maryland Sheep and Wool, but Rhinebeck, New York Sheep and Wool Festival. I don't do the side festivals. I've done the side festivals up there before. It was always very crowded. You could hardly move around. I just didn't like the crush of people at those side festivals. So I prefer to just go to Rhinebeck. Just do Rhinebeck. Hey Asia, how are you? Oh yeah, if y'all type the word purple, Nightbot will post your link. He finally showed up, huh? He'll post a link to your channel if you type the word purple. You probably laugh at me if you saw how big I have the screen on this laptop so that I can see the chat. You probably I mean, don't take your vision for granted, y'all. Do not take your vision for granted. And I'm a reader. I love to read, and I can't do my reading. Um, it's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. I can't play my video game, but I can spin. I can crochet. I haven't tried any knitting because I can't, because it's a charted pattern. The knitting the project that I was working on. So I'm gonna have to dig through my whips because I know I got a pair of socks, two socks, um, two whips of socks somewhere that I can just do the socks because I do my socks with afterthought heels. So, and one pair of them I just need to do the toes and the afterthought heels because my friend Laura she has one of those sock machines, and so she had hand cranked me some tubes, and I just need to put the toes and heels in them, and they'll be done. So I can pull out. I think I put the waist yarn in there where I want to put the heels. So for the ones that she hand cranked. For the socks that I'm knitting, they've already got the waist yarn in there. I just got to do the toes and the heel on one sock, and then I got to finish knitting the other sock to the toe area. I think I've knitted it to the waist yarn. I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Sunita. Good morning. Good morning. Happy 4th to you as well. This is a pay week. So that last winner from your channel, I'll be getting her package ready tonight and have my husband throw it in the mail tomorrow when he drops me off from work. When's your next live? Today? Because I still have, I think, where did I put it? There's still like three, I think three. I want to send one to Zola, but I need her address. So if you have Zola's address, feel free to send it to me, or I'll send it to you and then you can send it to her. One of the two, but I need Zola's address so I can send her a scan of that pink yarn. What time? What time is? I think I got you on notification on. I don't even remember what I was getting ready to do now. Oh, okay. Let me go over here real quick and hand that. Mm-hmm. See if it let me pin it. There we go. Message. Okay. What if I pop it out and they let me? It'll be easier to read. Pop out check. Because I don't have to watch myself spinning. Pop out the check and see if it'll let me. There we go. Yeah, let me make it bigger. All right, so now I can read a little bit easier. So we went to the exchange yesterday, and I picked up 2 of the Japanese purple tomato sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna plant those, even if I don't get any sweet potatoes because it's so late in the year. I should get some though. Um, you can still eat the leaves off the sweet potatoes, like add them to salads. You can stir fry with them. You could cook them like spinach. So you can still get a crop, even if you don't get the root vegetable. You can still get a crop from the leaves from those sweet potatoes. And also, the other thing about the sweet potato leaves is you don't have to worry about them stupid cabbage butterflies. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about those cabbage butterflies laying their eggs on them sweet potato leaves and eating them up. I mean, there are gonna be some pests that eat them, that but it ain't like they're not gonna be stripping them like those cabbage worms do. Those cabbage butterfly worms, caterpillars, what you gonna call them? And I think my dad and them just call them cabbage worms. And that was a pretty color right there. That part. Let's see. Now we see the bobbin. There you go. This is the color I was pointing at. That little color, that little blue right there. That was pretty. It came out nice. Are you going to be cooking today, or are you going to be visiting other people who are cooking today? Oh, okay. So is it gonna be like a big family thing for y'all? Like a bunch of family gonna get together? I don't think so. Let me see. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. I don't think I muted. Um, uh, let's see what's going on with this thing. Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. So yeah, Samita, I got this bag of blue. Look at that. Big bag of blue. So that's about maybe five five more bobbins of blue. And we already got three. Tiffany. What's a Tiffany Haddish? Tiffany Haddish. Oh, is she a comedian or a singer? Comedian or actress? An actress, comedian? I have to ask my husband because I don't be watching a lot of TV or movies and stuff. I would rather play my video game and spin yarn. TV, the people on TV, just news is so depressing now. Comedian, actress. Okay, okay. Nice. What, like nice? You have to do it on your. You have to do it on your live. You have to do the voice. Let's see, it's 10 o'clock. If I can get my husband up, but I'm gonna be hungry soon, and I want to eat something. He need to go ahead and get out on that grill. Oh, so how many emotional support pickles you gonna make today while you sitting around waiting to be served like a queen for your subjects? Here, take this emotional support pickle as a reward for preparing my plates. Whenever you think of England, hold the pickle and think of me. Hey Don Aaron, how you doing? Sunita being bad. Oh, happy 4th to you as well. So Don says Anita's always bad. he's an angel. Of course you would say that. Trying to find my screen with the pop up. Oh, Ronnie for a smile just went. He's somewhere like I gotta find. There she is. I gotta put on pause. I was watching her earlier today, but I was spinning and I decided to go live, and now I can't find nothing. Okay, but I'm in the jail. 30. All right, I want to try something. Might have to put a number sign in front of it. Let's see. I don't remember this thing so long. So it's the number sign purple. I gotta fix that. Um, unpin message. Okay. Is it number purple? Right bot? Is it number purple or purple? Nope. So it's just purple. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'll put that back up. Uh, yeah. And, there we go. So I'm still piecing my sweater together. And I'm crocheting my seams together with an eye hook. So this is that yarn that you sent me that went with the yarn that I already had so that I could make my sweater. And so my daughter was like, "Oh, who is that sweater for?" I said, "Not you." Oh, thank you, Sunita. Yes, yes. Please, please go and exercise the funk away. So came out. I think it came out pretty good. But yeah, So these are the seams. It's kind of like doing a whip stitch, but you're crocheting. So it kind of hides the seam some. And now I'm doing the side over here. Did I finish the side over here? I don't remember. Might have unraveled some of it because I don't think I didn't put a clip. So this side seam is done on this side. So I still got to do under the arms because I did worked it flat. So I did each arm separately. So I've attached them, but I gotta sew up the bottom of the arms. Gotta sew up in here. So I gotta do one side and then seam the arms. Then I have to take and do my button band shawl collar type thing. So I'm happy about that. And it was so easy. I want to do one where I don't have to do all that seaming. Like the arms of course will be separate, but kind of like we do the little jackets for kids. Instead of do it one for an adult where I don't have to do all that seaming. Like the body will be one piece and then I add the sleeves, sew the sleeves on or either crochet the sleeves on. But I'll definitely be doing it that way for the sleeves because that way I can try it on as I do the sleeves and I can determine where I want the sleeves to stop. Because the sleeves on this one are a little long, so I'm going to have to fold them up, which is why I did that ribbing like I did on the end so that it'll be easy to fold it up and then the sleeve will kind of just stay in place. Or I could, I guess, take and detach. No, I did the ribbon last. So I started from the top and worked my way down. So I can't start at the top. Unravel. I'll have to unravel from the bottom. We'll see what I decide to do with the sleeves. But yeah, the next time I want to do the sleeves last and do the sleeves from the shoulders towards the fingers. And that way I can try it on as I go and I know where to stop. I mean I got long arms, but they ain't that long. It'd be more probably because I think my sweater that I measured it against is a little stretched out because it's so old, and I wasn't thinking about that when I did the sleeves, that those sleeves were a little long too because they're stretched out. So what I'm getting ready to do now is I'm getting ready to take off my tension device and rough up the leather that's on it because it's not as you use it, the tension device, this flyer shaft is actually pressed up against that and it kind of smooths out that leather, so you got to rough it up. This is the tension block. As you can see, it's very shiny in there and smooth. So basically I just take a pair of scissors and just rough up that leather so that it grabs onto the bar so that my tension is better. And as this wears down, what I do is I'll take I bought some leather at one of the fiber festivals and I'll cut another piece off and just glue it to the block. Save me some money. But it's a Scott's tension device. Very simple. And then that's the block. You just put it back in the slot. And this presses up against it to hold it in place and to push it's got a spring. and it pushes against the block and pushes the block against the flower arm. And this wing nut just screws on here, and the wing nut holds everything in place. And so you can adjust your tension that way. As the bobbin gets heavier, you need to adjust your tension so that the bobbin takes on your yarn. So if your yarn isn't being taken on, you adjust your tension. And there we go. Now the yarn is being taken on again. And I only have to do that maybe, like, that's the first time I've done it in weeks, having to scrape up the leather. And so it's not often that you have to do it. But the wooden bobbins, when I use those, I have to do it more often because they're a heavier bobbin. And I don't know how the I don't know how the video and everything looks and sounds. I'm not looking at the YouTube one. I have the document camera attached to my laptop to record this because it's so hard to read right now. The laptop is right here, and I can adjust the screen size, and stuff is still a little blurry even with the reading glasses on. It's funny how it's almost like I'm farsighted sometimes because of these cataracts. So I just want to hang out with y'all for a little bit and everything. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna keep it spinning. Hopefully some of y'all will be going live, sharing y'all's cooking and stuff with us in your videos. I'm pretty sure Felicia's gonna do us an update video when she was out there watering in that hot sun. So y'all take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Be good, be safe.